So I came back down to this wrecked car. Got a lot of good feedback from my last couple of videos that I posted about this. There's a couple of things that I've learned that I think help nail down the model of this car. It's a 1954, pretty sure on that. Figured I'd respond to some of the comments. Someone said, oh, how come the angles of all the pictures and the video is so off? This is about a 45-degree slope. And my camera has image stabilization. If I have the image stabilization on the camera, it doesn't really like tipping too far, because then it'll flip over and go into portrait mode. So that's why the pictures are all at wonky angles, because this car is on a really steep slope here. So a couple of things I've learned from feedback on comments and also researching the 1954 Plymouth models. So in 1954 they came out with 11 new models in 3 different model lines. So there was the Belvedere, the Savoy, and the Plaza. There were 4 Belvedere models. There was a station wagon, or they called it a Suburban. There was a convertible, a 4-door sedan, and then the Sport Coupe, which I initially thought this was. I kind of got hung up on the Cranbrook Belvedere and then the transition to the Belvedere Sport Coupe, thinking this was 2-door, and that was the 2-door model they had. Let's see, the Savoy had a 4-door sedan. There was a 2-door club sedan, and then a 2-door club coupe. And then in the Plaza line, there was a Suburban station wagon model. There was a 4-door sedan, and then again a 2-door club sedan, and then a 2-door business coupe. And let's see, the Belvedere was the high end of the model lines. The Savoy was sort of the mid-range, and then the Plaza was the low end. And those 3 model lines were named after famous New York hotels. So yeah, I learned that. I was mainly focused on the Belvedere because it was the 2-door, and also the dealer brochure mentioned that the Belvedere had 2-tone paint schemes. So I just put those 2 together, 2-door, 2-tone, and that's why I came up with Belvedere Sport Coupe. But this isn't a coupe, as I found out. Yeah, so anyway, in the Plymouth line, there's 2-door coupes and 2-door sedans. And then, of course, there's the convertible, and then the station wagons are also 2-door. So the big difference between the 2-door sedan and the 2-door coupe is right there, that B-pillar. So in a coupe, there's no B-pillar. The window has a frame, so the rear window and the front window both have a frame around the glass, and that whole frame goes in and out of the door or in and out of the back here. Now on a sedan, there's a B-pillar, and the window channel is built into the roof and the B-pillar, and so just the glass goes up and down, but that B-pillar stays. And then likewise, the door has a frame around it. In a coupe and the convertible, there's nothing sticking out of the top of the door here. The glass comes up and goes down, but it's got a frame around it. So when the window's down, there's nothing here. And then one other term I ran into from some of the comments, I guess some people call the coupe style a hard top. So I guess if you compare that to a convertible, if you call the convertible a soft top, the coupe model would be a hard top. So this is most likely a two-door sedan, which brings it down to only two models. There's a Savoy Club sedan that's two doors, and then there's the Plaza Club sedan. And let me show you this here again. If I come back to this logo, I finally found some photos that show a Plymouth script logo that looks like that. The beginning of the script looks exactly like that. It's a stylized P, and then it's kind of set up like a signature, like somebody wrote their name and put a real fancy first letter, and then the rest of the name was in cursive, and it was a line across here. You can see the rust mark, and there's probably the rivet or screw hole where it fastened. So there was a line there, and then all the letters were written above that. Yeah, so all the Plymouth script logos that I have photos of are on the trunk lid or boot lid down at the bottom on the driver's side. And if this one had the high drive transmission, it would say high drive on the passenger side of the trunk lid. So that's where they put those. They're exactly that same P, but I finally found a good photo of a Plaza Club sedan. I'll put a link to the video, and the video has a web page link with some still photos. The video says Plaza Club Coupe, but it's obviously got a B pillar. Going by the naming conventions, I think it's a club sedan, not a club coupe, because there is no club coupe. But it's got Plaza, Plaza, and I think this is the A right here. Yeah, like if that's a script A right there, you can see if you went P and then the L and then the A, Z, and then another A. The thing only went that far. The photo shows the Plaza logo right there, right in front of the front door hinge, right above this raised panel there. And it says Plaza, and it's the exact same P. And then the Savoy model has Savoy right there. And that's definitely not an S. That's the P. Go back to the door here. But one viewer commented that at least on the Plaza models, they maybe came without the chrome trim, and you could order that as a dealer option. So when you ordered your car, you could add the chrome trim. That would explain why there's no chrome trim on the door. And I have not been able to find a good photo of a business coupe to tell if it's got the B pillar or not. So I had one comment that had an interesting difference on the Plaza models. I brought up a little shovel and dug out part of the side here on this side, and he commented that the Belvedere and the Savoy had chrome trim in front of the rear wheel well, and the Plaza models, he said it was rubber, and this feels, yeah, it's kind of a hard rubber. It looks like it's painted. Yeah, it must be painted, and then there's black down in there. Kind of hard to see. It's kind of dark down there. That's further evidence that this is a Plaza Club sedan. That looks like it's, yeah, it's not metal, it's not chrome. It feels, it could be hard rubber or kind of a plastic. Right there, it bends a little bit. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. I brought that little shovel up. I figured, well, heck, I'll dig it out a little bit. The other side is much more buried, so That'd be some nice potting soil there. Boy, it's just really, look at that. Just really rich. Probably 50, 60 years worth of leaves and whatnot right there. Now the only thing is the Plaza Club Coupe video, I'll put a link to that here. It shows chrome there, but I'm wondering if maybe that was part of the trim package that you could get for the door, or you could probably take it off of a Savoy or a Belvedere model. You could probably just interchange the trim between all of these models, you know, go to a junkyard and pick up the chrome trim off of a junker car and swap out the plain trim. I think the final answer on this is it's a Plaza Club sedan, unless somebody has a real clear photo or has seen a Plaza business coupe in person, and if there's a B-pillar or not. Two photos I can find are just not high enough quality to tell. I'll put a link to the community tab where I have a poll. I don't have the business coupe in the list because, like I say, I can't find a good photo of that. It's a good half a mile to any road here, and you can see how rugged this is. I mean, they'd have to pull this out with a helicopter, most likely. So, yeah, this car isn't going anywhere. I think we'll wrap it up here. Hope you enjoyed that look up here again. And as always, thanks for watching.